Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
I'd like to invite everyone to come into the sanctuary, find a seat. You can even find a seat in the middle part of our sanctuary. So we are going to be using a prayer book called Mishkan Tefillah, which should be in the pew racks behind you, in front of you, or if you're sitting in the front row, in the racks behind you. You can use either the thin book or the thick book, as long as it says Mishkan Tefillah on it. And for those of you using a thinner book, we are going to be calling page numbers using blue numbers in brackets. If you have a thick book, that's just the page number. So to make sure we are all on the same page, both literally and figuratively, I'd like for you to turn to page 188. Zach, that goes for you too. 188 in that book. And at the top of page 188 should be a song called Hine Matov Umanayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. These words are words of welcome and gathering because it's so wonderful to celebrate Zach's bar mitzvah with all of you. Hine
Matov Umanayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov Umanayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov Umanayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov Umanayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov Umanayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov Umanayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov Shevet Achim Gam Yachad.
Last time.
Hine Matov Umanayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad. Hine Matov Umanayim Shevet Achim Gam Yachad.
You all sound lovely this morning. Now that we have acknowledged the wonderful community that we create when we come together, we acknowledge the sacred space that we create by celebrating Shabbat with the words of Matovu, which can be found on page 192.
Please join. Matovu Alecha Yaakov, Alecha Yaakov, Mishkenotecha Yisrael. Matovu Alecha Yaakov, Alecha Yaakov, Mishkenotecha Yisrael. Vani berov astecha avo vetecha קודשך ביראתך. מה טובו אוהליך יעקב, אוהליך יעקב, משכנותיך ישראל. מה טובו אוהליך יעקב, אוהליך יעקב, משכנותיך ישראל. ואני תפילתי לך, אדוני את רצון. אלוהים ברוב חסדך, הנני באמת אישך. מה טובו אוהליך יעקב, אוהליך יעקב, משכנותיך ישראל. מה טובו אוהליך יעקב, אוהליך יעקב, משכנותיך ישראל.
So who here woke up this morning? Okay, clearly not many of you. Somehow, even if you're not quite awake yet, you still managed to get here, which in and of itself is a miracle. And so we acknowledge the miracle of our bodies functioning well enough to be here on page 194. And we join in the English in the middle of the page together.
Praise to you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who formed the human body with skill, creating the body's many pathways and openings. It is well known before your throne of glory that if one of them be wrongly opened or closed, it would be impossible to endure and stand before you. Blessed are you, Adonai, who heals all flesh, working wondrously. Baruch atah Adonai, rofei kol basar, umafli la'asot.
If you turn the page 196, we have the blessing for our souls. Our bodies are empty vessels without those souls, and we thank God for them by singing the first 2 lines of Hebrew.
Elohai neshama shenatata bi tehorahi. 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 Elohai neshama shenatata bi tehorahi.
Together we join we say in English,
My God, the soul you have given me is pure. You created it, you shaped it, you breathed it into me, and you protected it within me. For as long as my soul is within me, I offer thanks to you, Adonai, my God and God of my ancestors, source of all creation, sovereign of all souls. Praised are you, Adonai, in whose hand is every living soul and the breath of humankind. Baruch atah Adonai, asher biyado nefesh kol chai v'ruach kol basar ish.
On pages 198, 200, and 202, we have a series of blessings that acknowledge the little miracles of getting up and getting started with our day. So as Cantor Berman chants each blessing, I invite you to join in with her or to say amen at the end of each blessing. In Jewish tradition, if you say amen, it's as if you have said the blessing yourself.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan l'sechvivina levchin bein yom ubein laila.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, pokeach ivrim.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, matir asurim.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, zokef kefufim.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, rokach haaretz al hamayim.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamechir mitzadei gaver.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, malbish erumim.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hanoten hayayev koach.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamavir shenem einai u'tnuma me'afapai.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, shesani b'tzelem Elohim.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, shesani b'churim.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, shesani Yisrael.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, ozei Yisrael b'gvura.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, otei Yisrael b'tifara.
Amen. And a beautiful intention to start our day is on page 201. We join together.
As I awaken, let this be my thought. May my day be filled with acts of loving kindness. Let me be drawn to learning and discernment, and may my actions be shaped by mitzvot. Keep me from iniquity, disgrace, and sin. May I not be overwhelmed by temptation or despair. Distance me from evil people and false friends. Let me cultivate a life of goodness. May my hands reach out in kindness, and I will serve God through acts of righteousness. Today and every day, may I merit your mercy by living my life with compassion and love. Holy One of blessing, draw me to your words. Teach me the art of sacred living. Baruch atah Adonai, hamelamed chasadim tovim le'amo Yisrael.
The blessing for the study of Torah is on page 204. We join together in Hebrew and in English.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu la'asok b'divrei Torah. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to engage with words of Torah. O Adonai, our God, let the words of Torah be sweet in our mouths and the mouths of your people Israel, so that we, our descendants, and the descendants of all your people Israel, may know you by studying your Torah for its own sake. Blessed are you, Adonai, who teaches Torah to your people Israel. Baruch atah Adonai, hamelamed Torah la'amo Yisrael.
So now that we've said the blessing for the study of Torah, it makes sense that we do some study of Torah. We don't want our blessings to be in vain. And so on page 206, we have a combination of passages from the Mishnah, which is a commentary on the Torah, and the Gemara, which is a commentary on the Mishnah, about the 10 things that we do, or we should be doing, as much as possible without ever fulfilling our obligation to do them. So let's read together in the middle of the page what these things are.
These are things that are limitless, of which a person enjoys the fruit of the world, while the principle remains in the world to come. They are honoring one's father and mother, engaging in deeds of compassion, arriving early for study morning and evening, dealing graciously with guests, visiting the sick, providing for the wedding couple, accompanying the dead for burial, being devoted in prayer, and making peace among people. But the study of Torah encompasses them all.
So if you look at the text, you'll notice that there are 9 things, 9 actions that we're supposed to do. And then on the other side, with a bit of an opposition put in there, the Hebrew is kneged, like opposing, is the study of Torah. So the rabbis ask, is the study of Torah equal to or more important than these other 9 things? So I'm going to invite you to turn to your neighbor, introduce yourselves, say Shabbat Shalom, and discuss amongst yourselves, is the study of Torah more important than these 9 actions, or are these 9 actions more important than the study of Torah? So who here is in favor of action over study? Okay, how about who's in favor of study over action? Okay. And why have the rest of you not raised your hands in any capacity? Difficult decision. Okay, so of the 2 of you who said study over action, why do you say study? Why do you lean toward the side of study? Okay, so if you study, then everything else is in there and it'll teach you what to do. Okay. Okay, we'll get there. We'll get there. We haven't gotten there yet. Okay, so those of you who said action over study, why? Okay, so without action, the study is worthless, and if you're just studying and you're not acting, then what's the point of studying anyway? Did I get that right? other thoughts? And Alexa, if you look at me like that, I'm going to call on you. Okay. Guys, I'm trying to warm you up because you're really going to need to be participatory when Zach is actually leading the service. Okay, so anyone else want to say why action is more important than study? No. Okay, so both. Okay, so you really need to have both. Zach?
Okay, is it working?
Yes, it is.
So I think that action is more important because in the end the action is what's actually helping, but reading the Torah is important as well because in order to know what to do, you have to read the Torah, but the action is still more important because that's what's helping the people. So action.
Okay.
Do I hit the button and then I'll turn off?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're so excited to play with the microphones. So one of the things, I'm in the, near the end of a process of getting a master's in Jewish education, and one of the things that I've been looking at for the past year is this concept of enduring dilemmas, two positive values that come into conflict with each other. That you can't have one without the other, but sometimes you need to lift up one over the other, and at other times you need to lift up the first. So there are times when we are going to need to prioritize study over action. There are times when we need to figure out what it is that we're supposed to do. But if we only leave it to the realm of theory, then it's worthless. We need to come back and then lift up the value of action and actually put what we've studied into practice. And that's where this dilemma comes in, is that we're never finding a good balance. We're always lifting up one over the other. So thank you for joining me in a little bit of Torah study. This actually concludes the first part of our service, which are warm-up prayers, just to acknowledge the fact that we're here and up and thinking. And the second section of our service is to get us into the mood to really praise God. We have a series of psalms and songs with which to do that, and that section begins on page 212.
Baruch Shemar v'haya haolam, Baruch Hu, Baruch Hoseh v'reishit, Baruch Omer v'hoseh, Baruch Ozer v'kayim, Baruch merachem al haaretz, Baruch merachem al habriot, Baruch meshalem zachar tov l'reyav, Baruch ha'elad v'kayam lanetzach, Baruch bodeh u'matzil, Baruch Shemo.
On the facing page, we join together in English. With this do I prepare myself to thank, praise, and glorify my Creator. Blessed are you, Sovereign of life, whom we praise with songs of glory. Baruch atah Adonai, melech meholal batishbachot. Psalm 92 is the psalm for the Sabbath day, and it can be found on page 214. We'll join together in English up until the indent, and then we'll continue with the indented paragraph in the Hebrew. We say, a song for Shabbat. It is good to praise Adonai, to sing hymns to your name, O Most High, to proclaim your steadfast love at daybreak, your faithfulness each night, with a 10-stringed harp, with voice and lyre together. You have gladdened me by your deeds, Adonai. I shout for joy at your handiwork. How great are your works, Adonai. How very subtle your designs. A brute cannot know. A fool cannot understand this. Please join. Tzadik tamar yifrach,
בתולים בבית אדוני בחצרות אלוהינו יפריחו עוד ינובון בשיבה דשנים ורעננים יהיו להגיד כי ישר אדוני צורי בלא עוולת בה.
Anyone know how many Psalms there are in the book of Psalms? I'll give you a hint, it's more than 92. Over 100. Yes, there are over 100. And half as much on top of that. 150. Good, you all can do math. The 150th Psalm is on page 218.
Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah.
Try that.
Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Hallelujah, El Bekocho, hallelujah, Berki Ahudo, hallelujah, Bigburotav, hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Hallelujah, betei kashofar, hallelujah, benebel bechinor, hallelujah, betofum rachol, hallelujah, beminim beukah. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Hallelujah, betzilzelei shama. Hallelujah, betzilzelei trua. Kol hanshama, tehalel, hallelujah, hallelujah. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah.
We conclude this section of our service with a blessing on page 223.
ברוך אתה אדוני אל מלך הדור בתשבחות אל ההודעות הדון הנפלאות הבוחר בשירי זמרה מלך אלכי העולמים.
Together in English.
Praised are you, sovereign of wonders, crowned in adoration, delighting in song, eternal majesty.
As we transition into the core of our service, I invite you to rise as you are able. We're on page 224.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמרבה, והלמד יברח חירותי ומליך מלכותי, בחייכון ובימיכון ובחיי לכל בית ישראל, בגלה ובזמן קריב יאמרו אמן. יהי שמרה במבורך לעולם לעלמיה יתברך. יתברך וישבח ויתבר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי לקודשם. בריחו לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דמירן בעלמה ויאמרו amen.
If you turn to page 226, you'll find the Baruch Hu, the call to worship, which will be led by Zach.
Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed. HaMevorach HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed.
We continue with a blessing for creation, page 228.
Praised are you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, creator of light and darkness, who makes peace and fashions all things. In mercy you illumine the world and all those who live upon it.
In your goodness you daily renew creation. How numerous are your works, Adonai. In wisdom you formed them all, filling the earth with your creatures. Be praised, Adonai our God, for the excellent work of your hands, and for the lights you created. May they glorify you. Shine a new light upon Zion, that we all may swiftly merit its radiance. Praised are you, Adonai, creator of all heavenly lights. Baruch atah Adonai, Yotzer HaMeorot.
Page 231.
Love your neighbor as yourself, you said.
And light-blinded we saw that inner and outer worlds are one, as you are one. You spoke and we wrote. We reached for you down the centuries, your light moving before us as we climbed, fell back and climbed again, your Sinai of life. Baruch atah Adonai, habocher be'amo Yisrael be'ahava.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod, Malchuto, Le'olam Va'ed.
Please be seated. Page 234.
Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha, ve'chol lavavcha, uve'chol nafshecha, uve'chol meyodecha, ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele, asher anochi mitzavecha, hayom al levavecha, v'shimnetam levanecha, v'tibartam bam, v'shivtecha b'veitecha, uvlechtecha b'derech, Ushachbeha uvkumecha, ukshartam leot al yadeha, vehayila totafot beinenecha, uchtavtam al mezuzot beitecha, uvisharecha, leman tiskiru va'asitem et kol mitzvotai, ditem kedoshim l'Elohechem, ani Adonai Elohechem. Asher hotzeit yetchem meretz Mitzrayim, liot lachem Elohim, ani Adonai Elohechem.
On page 236, we have a passage from the book of Numbers about putting fringes on the corners of our garments. And Zach, you have the honor of wearing the talit of your grandpa Jack. so that you can remember the commandments and also remember the family history that you have that has brought you to this moment, your place in the chain. We join together in the middle of the page.
Adonai said to Moses as follows, "Speak to the Israelite people and instruct them to make for themselves fringes on the corners of their garments throughout the ages. Let them attach a cord of blue to the fringe at each corner. That shall be your fringe. Look at it and recall all the commandments of Adonai and observe them, so that you do not follow your heart and eyes in your lustful urge. Thus you shall remember to observe all my commandments and to be holy to your God. I am Adonai your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt to be your God. I am Adonai your God. Adonai Elohechem Emet."
On page 239, at the top of the page we join together. Emet,
there is no place where you are not, even in the wilderness there is your word. Emet, that pen strokes of lightning, white fire, black flame, stir the soul's passion, guide our sacred way. True and enduring is Torah. Your truth for us is certain and established, now and forevermore. Like Moses, Miriam, and all Israel, we sing out and rejoice.
We sing a song of rejoicing and freedom, page 240.
Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha netar b'kodesh. Nora tehilot osefele, nora tehilot osefele. Shira chadasha, shibechu geolim, leshimecha zefat hayam. Yachad kulam, haduvim lichu, vehim lechu v'yamiru. Adonai imloch, Adonai imloch, le'olam va'ed.
Please rise as you are able.
Tzur Yisrael, Kuma Be'ezrat Yisrael, Ufedechinu mecha Yehuda v'Yisrael, Go'aleinu Adonai tzvot shemo, Kedosh Yisrael, Baruch atah Adonai, Ga'al Yisrael.
Page 242, we continue with the Amidah.
Adonai sifatai tifta ufi yagid tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, v'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, v'Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Hasadim Tovim v'Ganei Hakol, v'Zocher Hasdei Avot v'Imahot, Umevigu La Livnei v'Nehem, Lama'an Shemo Ba'ahava, Melech Ozer U'Mashiach U'Magen. Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham Vezrat Sarah. Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai, Mehayeh Hakol atah Rav Le'Yoshia, Morid atah. Mehakel Hayim Behesed, Mehayeh Hakol Barachamim Rabim, Somech Noflim Verofei Holim, Umatir Asurim, Umakayem Emunato, Lishenei Afar, Michamocha Ba'agivurot, Umido Melach, Melech Memid, Umachayeh, Umatzmi at Yeshua, Vene'eman Atalaha Hayot Hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mehayeh Hakol.
Page 248.
Nekadesh et shimcha ba'olam, כשם שמקדישים אותו בשמי מרום, ככתוב על יד נביאך, וכרזל זה ואמר, קדוש, 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 אדוני צבאות, מלוך כל הארץ, כבודו. אדיר, אדירנו, אדוני, אדוננו, מאדיר, שמך בכל הארץ, ברוך כבוד אדוני ממקומו. אחד הוא אלוהינו, הוא אבינו, הוא מלכנו, הוא מושיענו והוא ישמיענו, ברחמיו לעיני כל חי. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, ימלוך אדוני לעולם, אלוהיך ציון, לדור ודור. הללויה. לדור ודור נגיד גודלך, ולנצח נצחים קדושתך נקדיש, ושבחך אלוהינו מפינו לא ימוש לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
To all generations we will declare your greatness, and for all eternity proclaim your holiness. Your praise, O God, shall never depart from our lips. Blessed are you, Adonai, the holy God.
We continue with the words of Yismechu on page 250. You may be seated. Make them sing.
Yismechu v'malahutecha, Shomrei, 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 Shabbat v'korei, Onei Shabbat. Yismechu v'malahutecha, Shomrei, 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 Shabbat v'korei, Onei Shabbat. Mekadeshei, Mekadeshei, Shavi'i Shabbat, Kulam Yeshaba'u, Vayitangu mitu vecha Shabbat, Yismechu v'malahutecha, Shomrei, 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 Shabbat v'korei, Onei Shabbat. Yismechu v'malahutecha, Shomrei, 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 Shabbat v'korei, Onei Shabbat. V'hashvi'i ratzita bo v'kidasho Shabbat, Hemdat Yamim oto karata Shabbat. Yismechu v'malahutecha, Shomrei, 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 Shabbat v'korei, Onei Shabbat. Yismechu v'malahutecha, Shomrei, 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 Shabbat v'korei, Onei Shabbat. Zecher lama'aseh Bereshit Shabbat. Zecher lama'aseh Bereshit Shabbat. Yismechu v'malahutecha, Shomrei, 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 Shabbat v'korei, Onei Shabbat. Yismechu v'malahutecha, Shomrei, 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 Shabbat v'korei, Onei Shabbat.
On page 252, we join together.
Our God and God of our ancestors,
Be pleased with our rest,
sanctify us with your mitzvot, and grant us a share in your Torah.
satisfy us with your goodness, and gladden us with your salvation. Purify our hearts to serve you in truth. In your gracious love, Adonai our God, grant us your holy Shabbat as a heritage. May Israel who sanctifies your name rest on Shabbat. Blessed are you, Adonai, who sanctifies Shabbat. Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat.
Page 255.
Ritzei, Ritzei, Ritzei Adonai Eloheinu b'yamecha Yisrael u'tefilatam be'ahava tekabel u'tehi l'ratzon tamid u'tehi l'ratzon tamid avodat Yisrael amecha Baruch atah Adonai, shotecha levadecha, be'ir anavot. Shotecha levadecha, be'ir anavot.
So who here has something that they're grateful for? That's it? I mean, at least be grateful for this lovely young man who's brought us here together this morning to celebrate. But the truth is that there are so many wonderful things in our world, and sometimes we forget about them or we take them for granted. And so on page 257, we have a passage about the many things that we have to be grateful for in our lives. Each paragraph ends with the refrain, Modim anachnu lach. Try that.
Modim anachnu lach.
Try that again. Modim anachnu lach. Modim anachnu lach means we gratefully acknowledge you, and of course we're talking to God. And so we'll read each paragraph responsively. I'll read the first paragraph, you all will read the second, led by Zach, and then we'll all join in on the refrain, Modim anachnu lach. For the expanding grandeur of creation, worlds known and unknown, galaxies beyond galaxies, filling us with awe and challenging our imaginations.
Modim anachnu lach. For this fragile planet Earth, its times and tides, its sunsets and seasons. Modim anachnu lach.
For the joy of human life, its wonders and surprises, its hopes and achievements.
Modim anachnu lach. For human community, our common past and future hope, our oneness transcending all separation, our capacity to work for peace and justice in the midst of hostility and oppression. Modim anachnu lach.
For high hopes and noble causes, for faith without fanaticism, for understanding of views not shared.
Modim anachnu lach. For all who have labored and suffered for a fairer world, who have lived so that others might live in dignity and freedom. Modim anachnu lach.
For human liberties and sacred rights, for opportunities to change and grow, to affirm and choose.
Modim anachnu lach. We pray that we may live not by our fears, but by our hopes, not by our words, but by our deeds. Blessed are you, Adonai. Your name is goodness, and you are worthy of thanksgiving. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha ulechana lehodot.
And our service would not be complete without a prayer for peace on page 258.
Sim shalom tova uvracha. Sim shalom tova uvracha. Hein v'hesed v'rachamim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael amecha. Barchinu yotzreinu kulanu ke'echad be'or panecha.
Be'or panecha. Sim shalom. Sim shalom tova uvracha. Sim shalom tova uvracha.
Ki be'or panecha natata lanu Adonai Eloheinu Torat hayim va'ahavat hesed U'tzedakah uvracha v'rachamim v'hayim V'shalom. Sim shalom.
Sim shalom tova uvracha. Sim shalom tova uvracha.
V'tov be'einecha levarech et amacha Yisrael b'chol eid uv'chol sha'a
B'shlomecha. Sim shalom. Sim shalom tova uvracha. Sim shalom tova uvracha.
Baruch atah Adonai hamvarech et amo Yisrael b'shalom.
Amen.
With all of the prayers that we have said and sung together, we haven't really taken the opportunity to offer the prayers of our hearts, the prayers that we don't necessarily even share with the people sitting right next to us. And so I invite you to take a few moments at this time to offer those prayers of your hearts.
Shalom bimromav, uyase shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru, imru, amen. Ose shalom bimromav, uyase shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru imru amen. Yase shalom shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yase shalom, shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, amen.
Shabbat shalom, everyone.
Shabbat shalom.
That was tepid. I'm Jamie Gibson. I'm one of the rabbis here. So I'm going to say Shabbat shalom to you, and you say Shabbat shalom to Zach like you really mean it, because you know you want to say it to him, right? Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.
There we go. That's the kind of Shabbat shalom you get all the time. That's fantastic. We're at the middle part of the service where we bring out the Torah scroll, the scroll of the law, where it's going to be read by family and cantors and rabbis and wonderful bar mitzvah students. Fantastic. I heard you down the hall. I said, oh boy, I want to rush into the service and pray with Zach. It's so wonderful. Many of you have been honored Aliyah LaTorah. That means you're going to ascend to the Torah, to the blessing before and after. If you're being called to the Torah, we're going to ask you to come up this staircase right over here. If you forget your prayer, because I like to say, you've got nice big print right here for everyone, right? In Hebrew, English transliteration. And we'll call you, and then after your Aliyah is over, go on to Cantor Berman's left side and stay there. We'll extend the honor that's being given to you by being called to the Torah to stay up for the next Aliyah after your own. So if you look in your book on 362 in the brackets, you're going to find the beginning of the Torah service. But before anything happens, I need Hannah, come on up, because if you don't open the ark, Hannah, nothing happens, all right? So as you are able, come on, follow Rabbi Gorban. She's going to show you where to go. Please turn to 362 in your prayer books. As you are able, please rise for the opening of the ark.
Ein kamocha v'Elohim Adonai v'ein gemasecha malchutecha malchut kol olamim u'memshaltecha bechol dor v'dor. Adonai melech, Adonai malach, Adonai imloch le'olam va'ed. Adonai oz le'amo yitein, Adonai varech et amo v'shalom. Avar rachanim etim Tivnei chomot Yerushalayim, Tivnei chomot Yerushalayim, Ki lecha levad batachnu, melech eram v'nisa adolamim.
This is our Torah. This is our heritage. By this heritage, our ancestors lived. For the sake of it, they often had to die. But always this treasure and heritage was passed on to a new generation of young and eager hands to have and hold, to learn, to make their very own. Today, when we celebrate the bar mitzvah of a spectacular young man like Zach, we are so happy at the thought of this Torah being passed on to this pair of young and eager hands. So we'll take the Torah from which he will read today, and we'll pass it once again from generation to generation to generation, from the generation of his grandparents to his parents, and from his parents to him. So if you turn the page,
Page 364.
364 at the top two lines, and then immediately to the next page after that on the right-hand side.
Ki mitzion tetzei Torah, Ki mitzion tetzei Torah, udevar Adonai Yerushalayim.
Turn the page.
Baruch Shenatan Torah, Torah, Baruch Shenatan Torah, Torah, Le'amo Yisrael b'kedushato. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo, Gadlu Adonai iti, Uneromema Shemo yachdav, Lecha Adonai hagedula, hagevura v'hatiferet, v'hanetzach v'hahod, ki chol b'shamayim u'va'aretz, ki chol b'shamayim u'va'aretz, Adonai הממלכה, ימין נעשה לכל ראש. לך אדוני הגדולה, הגבורה והתפארת, והנצח וההוד. כי כל בשמיים ובארץ, כי כל בשמיים ובארץ, לך אדוני הממלכה, ימין נעשה לכל ראש. על שלושה דברים, על שלושה דברים, על שלושה דברים העולם עומד. על שלושה דברים, על שלושה דברים, על שלושה דברים העולם עומד. על התורה ועל העבודה ועל גמילות חסדים. על התורה ועל העבודה ועל גמילות חסדים. על שלושה דברים, על שלושה דברים, שלושה דברים העולם עומד.
Take a right. Shabbat shalom.
דברים.
Come down here.
שלושה דברים.
Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom.
שלושה דברים העולם
Get them down there. Let's go.
עומד.
על התורה ועל העבודה
ועל גמילות חסדים. על התורה ועל העבודה ועל גמילות חסדים. על שלושה דברים. על שלושה דברים. על שלושה דברים העולם עומד. על שלושה דברים.
על שלושה דברים.
על שלושה דברים. על שלושה דברים העולם עומד. על התורה ועל העבודה ועל גמילות חסדים. על התורה ועל העבודה ועל גמילות חסדים.
Where's Ivan? Ivan's our first Torah reader. Come on up. You know exactly where we're starting, right?
Yes.
Very, very good. Come on up. For the first Aliyah. Yamdul Aliyah Harishona, Dina bat Ezav Shoshana, Gidon ben Alam Tziona, Shira bat Ezav Shoshana, Michael ben Leah Rivka Yaakov, Elisheva bat Ezav Shoshana, Yaakov Abraham ben Zalman, Yosef HaKohen. Excuse me, that's Dana, Gordon, Shira, Michael, Helen, and Jacob.
I just need to see this, please. Thank you.
44 is where he ends.
23:39. You're starting at ach, right? Your first word is ach. Right?
Exactly. Come in close, guys. There's safety in numbers. It's okay. Okay, I'll hold this. Okay. Well, hold a second. We're going to wait. You're looking for the first word? It's 23:39, right? So 23:39 is... Ach b'chamisha asar yom. So the section ends Yisrael. Okay. Here's Eitzavot, so it's just above that. No, it's in here. It's not there, it's here.
It's just over here. I'm not looking there. Here, right here.
Okay. Wait a minute. Where's our blessing here? We've got our blessing verse. 1, 2, 3. Baruch Adonai Barach Leolam Vaed.
Baruch Adonai Barach Leolam Vaed. Baruch Adonai Asher Bachar Banu Mikol Amim V'Natan Lanu Et Torato. Baruch Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen. Most of you have larger blue books in your pew racks. It's considered extraordinarily good manners to wander all over the room and find one so that you can have the honor and the merit of Torah study. We're starting on page 930, Leviticus 23, verse 39, the description of why Sukkot is important in the fall. Okay, whenever you're ready.
Amen. B'chamisha asar yom lachodesh hashvi'i ba'as bechem et tavu ahat haaretz
Tachamid Tachogu et Chag Adonai Shivahat Yomim Bayom Harishon Shabbaton Uvayom Hashmini Shabbaton Ukachtem Lachem Bayom Harishon Puri Eitz Hador Kapohot Tamarim Va'anaf Eitz Avot Va'arvei Nachal Us Machtem Lifnei Adonai Elohechem Shivat Yamim V'chakotem Otoho Chahakla Adonai Shivat Yamim Bashanaha Chukahadolam Lidoro Tehechem Bacher Chodesh Hashvi'i Tachogo Toho Basukoteshvuhu Shivahat Yamim Kohayas Rahach B'Yisrael Yeshvuhu Basukot Laman Yedu Dorotechem Kihi Basukot Hoshaftihi et B'nei Yisrael Bahotzi Otoham Me'aretz Mitzrayim Anihi Adonai Elohechem Vayadaber Moshe Moadeh Adonai El B'nei Yisrael.
Yes, your koach. Wait a second. Mark on the 15th day of the month, or the 15th day of the 7th month, at the time of the gathering in of the produce of your land, you shall rejoice the holiday of God 7 days. On the first day shall be a complete Sabbath of rest. On the 8th day, a complete Sabbath of rest. You shall take up for yourselves on the first day the fruit of the hadar tree. It's called an etrog, and you'll take palm fronds, and you'll take myrtle leaves and willow leaves as well, and you shall rejoice before Adonai your God 7 days. You shall rejoice on this holiday, the holiday before God, for 7 days during the year. It is an enduring law throughout your generations, that in the 7th month you shall celebrate it, because it is in Sukkot or booths that you shall live in booths for 7 days. Every citizen among Israel shall dwell in Sukkot, so that you might know throughout your generations that in Sukkot or booths did God cause the Israelites to dwell when God brought them out of the land of Egypt. I, Adonai, am your God. And thus did Moses spoke of the set times of God to all of Israel. You're on, guys. Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu et Torat emet, v'chayei olam nata b'tocheinu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Say hello to him and go over to Kenna Berman. Okay? Yamdu la'aliyah shniya, Pesha Gittel bat Moshe v'Zelda, Tzvi Yehuda ben Gedalia v'Gittel. Well, Patty and Harry and Bob and Steve all come to the Torah. Okay, so I will. Yeah. Should be.
Just a second.
Yeah.
Where'd you leave off?
Right here. Right about.
Thank you. Okay.
Come close, guys. You're being called to the Torah. Take the edge of your talit, take the tzitzit. She'll show you exactly where she's starting. Touch there and kiss that. There you go. 1, 2, 3. Baruch Adonai Barach Leolam Vaed.
Baruch Adonai Barach Leolam Vaed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol hamim, v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Page 937.
Amen.
Hold this.
Vayidaber Adonai el Moshe lemor, Tav את בני ישראל, ויקחו אליך שמן זית זכתית למאור, והעלות נר תמיד מחוץ לפרוכת העדות באוהל מועד, יערוך אותו אהרון מערב עד בוקר לפני אדוני, תמיד חוקת עולם לדורותיכם. המנורה התורה יערוך את הנרות לפני אדוני תמיד.
And God spoke the following to Moses: Command the Israelites that they may take up for themselves olive oil, that is oil for lighting, that is refined and beaten into purity for lighting, that they may light the internal light, or the regular lamp. Outside the curtain of the testimony in the tent of meeting, they shall arrange it. Aaron shall do this from evening until morning before God, always an enduring law throughout your generations. That it is concerning the menorah, that it in its pure state, that you shall arrange its lights before Adonai at all times. Okay?
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu torat emet, v'chai olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai, notein haTorah.
Amen. Hey, and I'm going to shake your hands and go say hello to these people. There you go. Yishkoch, 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 and Yishkoch. Terrific. Okay? Zach, come and get hugged. Guys, you just had the Aliyah, you're over here. This is our weekly traffic jam. We love it, by the way. Yamdu Aliyah Shlishit. Harvey ben Moshe v'Zelda, Moshe ben Harvey v'Yafa, Sivan bat Dana v'Moshe, Harvey, Mark, and Noah, which is the name of my granddaughter. We love this name. Okay, if you have a talit, bring it over to where Rabbi Gorman is. Go around. There you go. Do you see where you are? Okay, guys. Baruch
et Adonai mevorach.
Baruch Adonai Barach Leolam Vaed.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher baruch banu mikol ha'amim, v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai notein haTorah.
Amen. Hold the Torah.
V'lakachta solet, you should take some fine grain. Ve'afita ota, and you should bake it. 12 chalot, shnei esronim yeh hachala ha'echat. You should bake 12 chalas, 12 loaves of bread, each with 2/10 of a measure of this flour for each challah. V'samta ota shtayim marachot, and you should put the chalot into these loaves of bread into 2 rows. Shesh hamarechet, 6 chalot in each row. Al hashulchan hatahor lifnei Adonai, on the pure table before Adonai, before God. V'natata al hamarechet livonazaka, and you should put over each row of challah, over each row of loaves of bread, some pure frankincense. V'haita lelechem la'azkara ishe ladonai. And this should be for the bread a remembrance, a reminder of the offerings by fire to God. B'yom hashabat, yarchenu lifnei Adonai tamid. And every single Shabbat, you should lay out this challah before God as an eternal, for all time. Me et b'nei Yisrael brit olam, from the children of Israel as an eternal covenant. V'haita la'Aharon uvanav ve'achluhu b'makom kadosh, and this should be for the sons of Aaron and his sons to eat in a holy place. Ki kodesh kodashim hulo, because this is a most holy offering and something most holy for Aaron and his sons. Me'ishei Adonai, from among the offerings of Adonai, Chok Olam, this is an eternal law.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emes, v'hayolam natan b'tocheinu. Baruch atah Adonai, noten haTorah.
Amen. Yishkoch. Yishkoch. Go say hello to these lovely people over there. Yishkoch. One, two, three. Ta'amdu la'aliyah ha'revi'it Yafa bat Shmuel v'Sara, Shoshana bat Shmuel v'Sara. You come when you're called. This is lovely, you know. Come on up. Okay. Both of you come on over here. Take your time. We're fine. You see where you are, Zach?
Yes. Okay. It's on.
Very good. Okay, we're going to do the blessing first. And a 1, 2, 3, start. Baruch Adonai Barak Leolam Vaed.
Baruch Adonai Barak Leolam Vaed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bo karbanu mikol hamim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Hold the Torah. Hold it.
Vayetze ben Isha Yisraelit vehu ben Ish Mitzri betoch bnei Yisrael vayanitzu b'machane ben HaYisraelit ve'ish HaYisraeli vayikov ben ha'isha HaYisraelit et Hashem vayakalel v'aviu oto el Moshe b'Hashem imo Shlomit bat Divri lamate dan vayanihu b'mishmar livrosh lahem al pi Adonai.
Okay, we're going into a very challenging incident here. So pay attention, all right? A fight broke out among the Israelites, one of whose mother was an Israelite and whose father was Egyptian, and a fight broke out in the camp between that half-Israelite and a certain Israelite. And the son of the Israelite woman said something he shouldn't have said, using the name of God in a blaspheming manner, okay? And he was brought to Moses. He was immediately put in custody. His mother's name was Shlomit, the daughter of Divri of the tribe of Dan, and he was placed in custody until God would decide what would happen. Spoiler alert, it's not going to be good. Okay? Baruch.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher notan lanu Torah emes v'hayei olam namet b'tocheinu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Yeshikoach. Give this guy a little bit of a hug. There you go. Go hug him. Did you hug? Did he? You hug? Okay. He'll turn around. There you go. Lots of hugs. Hug them too. They're nice. They're going down. Oh, they said they did. That's why I asked. Good job. There we go. Okay, you guys go on the other side to can of bourbon. Ta'amod, the Aliyah HaChamishit, Chana Shoshana bat Netanya v'Yosef.
Yeah.
Yep, that's you. Welcome back.
Oh, now I know we're going right here because it's like a paragraph and it's easy. I realize everyone can hear what I'm saying. So.
Okay, Baruch, nice and loud.
Baruch et Adonai Hamvorach.
Baruch Adonai Barak Leolam Vaed.
Baruch Adonai Barak Leolam Vaed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher b'harbanu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Hold the Torah. Come closer.
Amen. Vayeber Adonai al Moshe lemor hotze et ham kalel אל מחוץ למחנה, וסמכו כל השומעים את ידיהם על ראשו, ורגמו אותו כל העדה, ואל בני ישראל תדבר לאמור, איש איש כי יקלל אלוהיו ונעשה חטאו, ונקב שם אדוני מות ימות, רגם ירגימו בו כל העדה, כגר כאזרח בנוקבו שם ימות.
So God pronounced judgment as follows. Take that one who cursed, literally made light of God's name outside the encampment, and gather all those who heard them. They should take their hands and put them on his head, and they shall plunk him with stones in front of the whole community. Plunk is a mild word for what they were actually doing. And the Israelites, you shall speak to the Israelites, tell the Israelites as follows. Anybody who makes light of God's name by cursing it, that person shall have to bear his sin. Anybody who blasphemes against God's actual name, that person shall surely die, and have be stones plunked by the entire community against him, whether it's a stranger or a citizen, in that absolute blaspheming of God's name, that person shall be put to death. There we go. Baruch atah.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torat emet v'chayei olam nata b'tohinu. Baruch atah Adonai noten Torah.
Amen. Okay, hug, high five, what's it going to be? There you go.
Yeah, good job. Oh, that was really loud.
Yamdu, Aliyah Shishit, Yosef ben Bava Katrin, Natanya bat Yafa Baharvi.
Oh, gosh. Let's get a hug.
You did wonderful.
Thank you.
Hi, sweetie.
Thank you.
Good. I was following along.
Okay. Show you where you are, and your dad will touch to there, and you'll kiss that. There you go. Anytime you're ready. Baruch Adonai Barach Leolam Vaed.
Baruch Adonai Hamarach Leolam Vaed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bahar banu mikol hamim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Ve'ish ki yakeh kol nefesh adam mot yumot umakeh nefesh behema yeshamena nefesh tachat nefesh ve'ish ki yitain mum ba'amito ka'asher asa kain ya'aselo.
So, sorry, go on.
Shever tachat shever ayin tachat ayin shein tachat shein ka'asher yitain mum ba'adam kain yinatan bo.
Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt. Okay, so translation. This gets a little challenging. How many attorneys are present? Seriously, raise your hand if you're an attorney. You're back there. I see you. Anybody over here? Okay, listen carefully, and then we'll tell you a little bit what it means. Okay? It says here that any person, when he strikes down another person to death, that person's life is forfeit. If he strikes down if he kills an animal, he'll pay its worth, and he'll pay for that for what the worth of that animal is. And anybody who causes a mum or a wound or damage amongst his people, so shall that be done to him. Fracture for fracture, eye for eye, tooth for tooth. As long as there is injury, that person shall be responsible for it. Now, I don't know if you're talking about this are you talking about this part in your Devar Torah?
A little bit, but
Then
that's not the main part.
I won't give your Devar Torah. It's really, really bad form for rabbis to give your Devar Torah, okay?
Okay.
But the idea of actually doing this was set aside by the rabbis a long time ago. Enough said for now. Maybe we'll find out more later, okay? Blessing afterwards. We don't take the Torah literally. We take it seriously, just so you know.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam
Asher natan lanu Torah emet, v'chayei olam nata b'torenu, Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. And hug your parents. They're nice people. Even if it makes noise, it doesn't matter. It's your bar mitzvah. There you go. There you go. Now, you guys, you're the only ones who get to stay here, okay?
Oh, yeah, you
Come
can
on
stay
back.
up here. Okay. Oh, I get to do my own now.
Zach, you're going to be called to the Torah for the very first time by name. It's the way that we say that's the last portion. It's the maftir. It's the sweetest portion, saved for the sweetest young people we know. And the very first time you get called differently than I called everybody else. I get to say, Yamod, 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 Liverheter Akriya, Zechariah Shmuel ben Yosef and Natanya, Bar Mitzvah.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam, asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim, v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Come and hold the Torah for him.
Umakeh behema yeshalmena. Umakeh Adam Yimat Mishpat Echad Yihye Lachem Kager Ka'ezrach Yihye Ki Ani Adonai Elohechem Vaydaber Moshe El Bnei Yisrael Vayotziu Et hamkalel el michutz lamachaneh vayirgimu oto aven uvnei Yisrael asu kasher tziva Adonai et Moshe.
Beautiful Torah reading. There shall be one law. Anybody who strikes down a beast shall pay compensation for it. Anybody who kills a human shall have his life forfeit. There shall be one law amongst you for the stranger and for the citizen alike, for I, Adonai, am your God. And thus God spoke to the Israelites, and so, drum roll or not, they brought this guy out who had literally cursed God's name outside the encampment, and they plunked him with stones. And thus the Israelites did exactly what God had commanded to Moses. Okay? Whoa. Blessing.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torat emet, v'hayei olam nata b'tuchenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Kiss them again. They're so nice people. There you go.
Oh, that was my nose.
Hey, Randy, you did beautifully. He's not even done. So while the Torah is out and open, it's as though our hearts are uniquely open to all kinds of opportunities for blessing. So there are several blessings that we're going to be offering between the Torah reading and the Haftorah, or the prophetic reading, and you'll be able to follow those back in your prayer book. For the blessing for our Israel, I'm going to ask Amy Mandel and Amy Ross, or Amy Squared, to come on up.
Pray for the peace of Jerusalem. May those who love you prosper. O Heavenly One, protector and redeemer of Israel, bless the state of Israel, which marks the dawning of hope for all who seek peace. Shield it beneath the wings of your love. Spread it over the canopy of your peace. Send your light and truth to all who lead and advise, guiding them with your good counsel. Establish peace in the land and fullness of joy for all who dwell there. Amen.
Thank you. Yishkoch. Go say hello to him. And for the prayer for our country, Bob and Ken Gordon, please come on up. I got it in a nice big print here, too. Not going to leave you hanging. It says, oh, guardian. Oh, you got it even bigger.
Big picture.
Let me show you where I want you to start. I want you to start. Okay, the whole thing. There you go.
Thus says Adonai, this is what I desire, to unlock the fetters of wickedness and untie the cords of lawlessness, to let the oppressed go free, to break off every yoke. Share your bread with the hungry, and take the wretched poor into your house. When you see the naked, give clothing, and do not ignore your own kin. If you banish the yoke from your midst, the menacing hand, the evil speech, if you offer compassion to the hungry and satisfy the famished creature, then your light shall shine in darkness.
O guardian of life and liberty, may our nation always merit your protection. Teach us to give thanks for what we have by sharing it with those who are in need. Keep our eyes open to the wonders of creation and alert to the care of the earth. May we never be lazy in the work of peace. May we honor those who have died in defense of our ideals. Grant our leaders wisdom and forbearance. May they govern with justice and compassion. Help us all to appreciate one another and to respect the many ways that we may serve you. May our homes be safe from affliction and strife, and our country be sound in body and spirit. Amen.
Amen. Go say hello to Zach, okay? The last prayer between the Torah and the Haftarah is on 371 in your book. In the brackets, 253. If you're not in the brackets, it's called a Mishaberach of healing. And I'm actually going to come down and talk to you for a minute because the Mishaberach is so important. Why is it so important? Because everyone here has somebody in their lives who is not even well enough to be here. Somebody who's suffering, somebody who's really, really challenged by what's going on in their lives. And so what I want to do is I want to offer you a chance, if you would, to say the name of that person out loud into the collective heart of our congregation, because we care so much as a group. This holy congregation never has been, and frankly will never be again. Not all of you will be at the next occasion where people come together. So if there's somebody for whom you wish healing of body, mind, or spirit, in hospital, in nursing home, or simply somebody struggling in life, you might care to say the name out loud. If not out loud, maybe under your breath, maybe just say amen to the Mishaberach as it's sung. As I indicate you're part of the congregation, please feel free to say that name. Don't raise your hand. There's no class. It's Shabbat, okay? Just call it up.
Bernice Schachter, Chava Batili, Lee Fega, Joe, and Sarah Jarmel.
Velvel ben Batsheva, Shmuel bat Mara, David ben Rita. You can follow along, you can sing along, you can say amen, or you can even close your eyes and just let the prayer wash over you.
May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say
Yamdu l'Hagbah Hagolim. Will Mark and Michael please come up for the Hagbah, the lifting of the Torah, and Ken and Mark, the same Mark, to come up to help dress the Torah. It's our custom. Who's actually lifting?
Michael.
You've done it, right? Very good. It's our custom for people to rise in honor of the Torah as you are able. Please do so now. I want to show you. What I want you to do is I want you to leverage it off here. Okay. You veteran, you. Come on. You got it. Leverage it off the edge. V'zot haTorah asher sam Moshe. Walk over there. Nei b'nei Yisrael al pi Adonai biyad Moshe. Torah, 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 tziva lanu Moshe. Torah, 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 tziva lanu Moshe. Torah, 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 tziva lanu Moshe. Torah, 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 tziva lanu Moshe. Torah tziva lanu Moshe. Torah tziva lanu Moshe. Torah tziva lanu Moshe. Torah tziva lanu Moshe. Please find your seats, everyone. Zach's going to come back for the Haftarah. The Haftarah is from Ezekiel. It's on page 1001, 1002 in your larger blue book. I strongly recommend this because this, unlike the Torah, we are not translating at all. It'll be done with the appropriate blessings. I need Hannah, and I need you girls. Can you come on up, please? We need your, come on up. All of you, come on up. I need your help. Actually, Hannah, they may be able to handle this on their own. Now, at the end of the Haftarah, we're distributing candy. It's not intermission, okay, just so you know. We're distributing candy, and at the end, after he finishes his blessing, after the Haftarah, I want you to gently waft candy in his direction. Do not take it out his eye, please. We're careful. And we're going to hand that out. So spread yourselves out. Go over there. You go up there. There you go. Say, hey, one of you has to go up this aisle. Or, hey, this aisle. There you go.
I'm good. Okay.
Okay. While you're doing that, please don't rustle the candy if you can, so Zach can concentrate on his Haftarah, which we'll do after the appropriate blessing. And don't chuck the candy till I tell you, okay? Thank you. And kids, just so you know, once the candy is thrown, you are allowed to come up onto the pulpit, not run, not push each other, and get candy, okay?
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar b'nvi'im tovim v'ratza b'divreihem hane'emarim be'emet Baruch atah Adonai habocher b'torah uv Moshe avdo uv Yisrael amo uvin v'yeh ha'emet b'tzedek v'ha'kohanim ha'avim b'nei tzadok asher shamru et mishmeret mikdashi b'ot b'nei Yisrael me'elai Ema yikrevu elai lesharteni ve'amdu lefanai lehakriv li helev adam ne'um Adonai Elohim Ema yavo'u el mikdashi ve'ema yikrevu el shulchani Lesharteni b'shamru et mishmarti v'haya b'vo'am el sha'arei ha'hatzer ha'pnimit b'gdei fishtim yilbashu v'lo ya'alei aleihem tzemer b'shartam b'sha'arei Hatzer hapnimit vavaita pa'arei fishtim yihiyu arosham umiknisei fishtim yihiyu amotnehem lo yachkru bayaza. Utse tam, el hahad ser hahid zona, el hahad ser hahid zona, el ha'am yifshetu et big day ham, asher hema mishartim bam, vihi nichu otam, bilishchota kodesh, vilavshu, begadim aherim, velo yakadju ve'et ha'am, bivigdei ham, v'rosham, lo yagalehu, ufera, lo yashalehu, kasam yiksamu, et roshehem, biayin lo yishtu, kol kohen, bivoam, el hahatzer hapnimit, va'almena, ugrusha, lo yikhu lahem, lenashim, ki'im, bitulot, mizera, beit Yisrael, v'ha'almena asher, tihiyeh almena, mikohen yikachu, vet ami yoru, ben kodesh lechol, uvein tamei letahor, yodi bet ariv, hema, ya'amdu lemishpat, b'mishpatai, yishpatuhu, ve'et toratai, ve'et hukotai, b'choma odai yishmoru, ve'et shabtotai, yakadeshu, ve'el met adam, lo yavo, letoma, ki'im, lav, uleim, ulavein, ulavat, le'ah, ulachot, asher lo haita le'ish, yitama'u, be'acharei torato, shivyat yamim, yisbrulo, uvayam, ba'o el hakodesh, el ha'hatzer hapnimit, lisharet ba'kodesh, yakriv, chatato, ne'um, Adonai Elohim, v'chaita lahem, lenachala, ani, nachalata, ve'achuzah, lo titnu lahem, v'Yisrael, ani, achuzatam, hamincha, v'chachatat, v'ha'asham, hema, yochlim, v'choherem, v'Yisrael, lahem yihiyeh, Bereshit, kol bikurei chol, v'chol terumat kol, michol terumotechem, lakohanim yihiyeh, Bereshit orisotechem, titnu lakohen, lahaniach bracha el beitecha, kol nevela utrefa, min ha'of, umin ha'behema, lo yochlu ha'kohanim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam, zor kol ha'olamim, tzaddik b'kol ha'dorot, ha'el ha'ne'eman, ha'omer va'oseh, ha'mdaber kayem, shechol davarav, emet v'tzedek, al ha'torah, ve'al ha'avodah, ba'al hanvi'im, ba'al yom ha'shabbat hazeh, shenatata lanu, Adonai Eloheinu, likdusha v'limnucha, lakavot utiferet, al hakol, Adonai Eloheinu, anachnu modim lach, umvarchim otach, Eat barach shimha b'fi kol hai, tamid le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai, mekadesh ha'shabbat.
Amen.
Siman tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, siman tov, siman tov,
Come on, kids, get the candy.
Siman tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, siman tov,
Kids, we need you. Get the candy. Otherwise, we're going to get it back. Yehelanu, Yehelanu, oh, Lecho Yisrael. Yehelanu, Yehelanu, oh, Lecho Yisrael.
Ya la la, ya la la la, ya la la, ya la la, ya la la, la 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 la, ya la la, ya la la. Siman tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, siman tov, siman tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, siman tov, siman tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, siman tov, Yehelanu, Yehelanu,
Okay, guys, thank you. Oh, don't hit your head. Yisrael, Yehelanu, Yehelanu, Ulecho Yisrael. Good catch.
Ya la la, ya la la la, ya la la, ya la la, ya la la, ya la la,
Am I doing my devar now?
No, just a second.
Wow, that was exciting.
Oh yeah, probably
For
should have done that earlier.
opening the ark at the end of our Torah service, we need Tali, Lior, Sivan, Abe, Ayla, and Noah, all of you, to come up. Yeah, leave the candy. It'll be there. You have such a stash, you're not even going to need Halloween next year. Come on up and open the ark, guys. Come on, come on. Put the candy down. It's not going anywhere.
Just bring it with you.
Or at least one of you. As the ark is being opened, we're going to ask you to rise as you are able. And we'll ask the Torah to come over here. We are in our books on page 374 in the brackets for the prayers to return the Torah to the ark.
Yehalelu et Shem Adonai, ki niskaf shemo levado. Hodo ha'eretz v'shamayim, vayarem keren le'amo, tehila lechol hasidav, libnei Yisrael am kerovo. Hallelujah, hallelujah.
Ki lechach tov natati lechem torati al ta'azovu. For a good heritage I have given you, do not forsake it.
It's Chaim lama chazikim ba v'tomcheha meushar d'racheha darchei noam v'chol netivoteha shalom hashivenu Adonai elecha v'nashuva Chadesh, Chadesh Yameinu, Chadesh Yameinu kekedem.
Jeff, Ramey, I think you bought enough candy. Zach, come on over. After saying hello to everybody. Hey, yeah.
He's not finished.
Okay. There you go. Looks like they knocked over a candy store over here. It's great. Oh, the other thing is, if you do take a piece of candy and eat it, just give it to the nearest person by you with pockets. You'll make life a lot easier around here if you do that. We ask our students to excel in 3 areas. One is to lead services, another is to read Torah and Haftarah, and the third is to tell us what it means. Because if it's just learning the sounds of a foreign language that may never be spoken, well, that has limited value. Every student has a Torah to teach. and we really are looking forward to hearing your Torah. Okay, Zach?
Okay.
Breathe. You're okay.
Okay. Shabbat Shalom and welcome to my bar mitzvah.
Shabbat Shalom.
I want to thank all of you for coming. I'm so glad each of you are here with me on my special day. In my Torah portion, Amor, which is in Leviticus, God tells Moses the rules and guidelines of good citizenship and what the punishments are for someone who breaks these rules. This section also contains God's explanation to Moses about holidays such as Sukkot, Pesach, and Shavuot. As my Torah portion goes, a fight broke out between an Israelite and half-Israelite man. The half-Israelite man yelled God's name in anger and was brought to Moses. After consulting with the man, Moses decided to place him in custody and wait for God's decision as to the proper punishment. God told Moses, "Take the blasphemer outside the camp and let all who are within hearing lay their hands upon his head and let the community leadership stone him." The portion later explains that any person that kills a person shall be put to death. This may shed light on the earlier part of the portion where it is explained that the leadership of the community should stone the man as a group. This clearly shows God wants multiple people to stone the man at once, hence inviting a defined killer who would then have to be put to death. The passage continues the theme of being punished the same as what you have done by saying a fracture for a fracture, an eye for an eye, and a tooth for a tooth. The injury inflicted on a person shall be inflicted back on that person in return. This spread the idea of reciprocal punishment, therefore creating peace, as people did not want their egregious acts of violence turned against them. God then says, "You shall have one standard for stranger and citizen alike." With these words, God intends to instill in Moses that people, regardless of their differences, should receive equal treatment. This marks the start of the constant battle for equal rights for all different groups of people. Even today, the struggle for equal rights continues, although God settled the argument thousands of years ago. People of different races know that inequality is still relevant today. Although the Emancipation Proclamation was issued 156 years ago, African Americans still face the struggles of inequality today. Organizations like Black Lives Matter, the NAACP, and Black Youth Project currently fight for equal rights for African Americans. Immigrants from Mexico are facing extreme discrimination and struggle to find jobs in the modern-day United States. Asian students are denied admission to colleges, although other applicants with less impressive resumes are accepted, as the schools are looking for a more diverse group of students attending their school. White supremacists still march and cause violence in places like Charlottesville. Treating stranger and citizen alike, as God said in the Torah, is still a major struggle for many groups of people. Unfortunately, some people are scared of those who are different, whether it is race or religion causing the difference. Anti-Semitism is still a serious issue today. The Holocaust happened in the early 1940s, more than 70 years ago. Yet after countless personal accounts, as well as incredible amounts of photographic evidence, there are still obstinate people who deny the Holocaust, saying it was a hoax made up by the Jews to gain pity. Jews are still thought of by some people as greedy, although the Jews never did anything to earn this title. Leaders of countries publicly support the Protocols of the Elders of Zion. This book spread the false idea that Jews have a plan to gain global dominance. People in certain countries are brainwashed into believing this anti-Semitic book and supporting its beliefs. This leads to many people being anti-Semitic. According to the ADL, the Anti-Defamation League, last year, 1,986 anti-Semitic incidents were reported in the U.S., the highest since 1979. These incidents include swastikas being carved in playgrounds and spray painted on walls. 1,015 Jews in the U.S. reported being harassed. These assaults range from simple things like taunts and shoves to physical assaults. Jews often are discriminated against in work and school and do not receive days off for major holidays such as Passover and Rosh Hashanah. Jewish people also face unequal opportunities for jobs and lower pay due to their religion. These acts are committed by people who are anti-Semitic and often anti-Israel. Israel is hated by some, and the country is mistreated in the international community. However, Some Israelis themselves are guilty of unnecessary hatred and discrimination. Around 4.5 million Palestinians live under Israeli military control in the West Bank. Arabs, especially women, face bias from non-Muslims in Israel as people think of them as terrorists who endanger our community. Due to this, Arabs in Israel often face tighter security. Last year, 2 Arabs were considered a security risk and kicked off a flight. It was later revealed that they were not a threat. 27,500 Eritreans currently face deportation, seeking refuge from their dangerous life in Eritrea. 7,500 Sudanese people also face deportation from Israel. Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu gave these people a choice: go back to Africa or face jail and deportation. Muslims make up approximately 1% of the United States. That means that there are roughly 3 million Muslims in the U.S., yet Muslims in America are still victims of discrimination. Muslims face tighter security everywhere they go, and a large portion of American citizens question the motives of Muslims, even though 94% of terrorist attacks are not committed by Muslims. Mosques are burned in Texas, and people who call themselves crusaders scheme to kill Muslims. A lot of this discrimination comes from fear of ISIS and other terror groups who label themselves as Islamic extremists. This fear causes hate towards Muslims. Some people believe that Muslims should not be welcome in our country. As a Jew, I strongly disagree with this viewpoint. Muslims, like the Jews before them, are the modern-day strangers in the U.S. that God was referring to when he spoke to Moses in my Torah portion. Therefore, as God instructed Moses, we as Americans and Jews should treat Muslims with the same respect, apply the same rules to them as everyone else, and not discriminate against anyone for how they look, what they wear, or their religious beliefs. For my Tikkun Olam project, I held a bake sale for the Squirrel Hill Food Pantry. Every year, our Sunday school would visit the food bank, and it hit me how many people don't have enough food to support themselves and their family. The $235 raised in my bake sale will allow people who are hungry to have food while they try to find some job or other source of making money. No person should be hungry, and together we can help bring food to everyone in our community. This year, I was lucky enough to receive a Holocaust twin from the Remembering the Children Foundation. Albert Simkowitz was from Paris and had 2 younger siblings to take care of when his parents were shipped away from their ghetto in Paris to Auschwitz. Albert wrote many letters to his aunt begging for food, talking about how they needed food and how his younger siblings were doing. When they finally received food, he graciously gave most to his siblings and wrote his aunt a letter of thanks. Just a few days later, Albert Simkowitz was transported to Auschwitz and killed. I hope that by sharing his story today at my bar mitzvah, I can honor him for his kindness towards his siblings during the Holocaust. I would like to thank all of my out-of-town guests for making the trip here for my bar mitzvah. I want to thank Rabbi Gibson for showing me the meaning of becoming bar mitzvah and leading me spiritually through all of my years in Sunday school. Rabbi Gorban for helping me write my Devar Torah and giving meaning to my Tikkun Olam project. And Cantor Berman for leading me through the whole bar mitzvah service and making sure I am ready. A special thanks to Adele Suffren for teaching me all of my Hebrew and putting up with my mistakes. Thank you, Grandpa Gordon, for always being a great friend as well as a great grandparent. You have always been so kind and a great person to be with and play games with. Thank you, Gingy, for always being with me. Baking cookies and eating all the cookie dough and just spending time with you lighten up my life. Thank you, Hannah, for always being a bright spot in a bad day. When you come home from school, you are there to listen to me and hear what I say. You understand me. Most of all, I want to thank my mom and dad. Dad, thank you for helping me and supporting what I do. No one else gives me so much confidence about what I am going to do. If I need you, you are there to help me and assist me. If I need you, you are there to assist me and help solve all of my problems. Thank you for always making me laugh. You are always there to make me happy and are there with me for support. I love you so much, Dad. Mom, where do I start? You are the kindest, most loving human being in the world. If I am sad, you are there to make me happy. If things just didn't go my way, you are in the air telling me you'll get them next time. I do not know where I would be if you weren't here constantly watching out for me. You are always there to remind me of something I forgot or need to do. I do not think I could imagine a world without you in it, trying to help me succeed in everything I do. I love you more than you could ever imagine. I want to thank all of you for coming to share this special day. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Well, I am privileged to be the very first one to say Mazel, Mazel, Mazel Tov. And I get to share a word or two with you. I have a quibble in your Devar Torah. You said that Adele put up with all the mistakes you made. Did you hear any mistakes? Oh, you're already going to be invited to read Torah for the high holidays, which is the highest honor that we can give to our students. Just know that you have a little more Torah to do, and I can't wait to hear it in your voice. So you've really challenged us. You set out basically a plan to save the world, right? All the injustices, every injustice in the world that you could think of, you mentioned, and they were all problems, but how in the world do we do that? Now, as Jews, of course, we say, well, we fulfill Torah, and by fulfilling Torah, we should be able to do what needs to be done, or at least do our part. A very famous rabbi, Rabbi Tarfon, said in Pirkei Avot, the wisdom of the fathers, which we read at this time of year, he said, it's not upon you to finish the work, but you're not free to desist from it. We have to put our hands to it. In the Gevarot that you chanted, you said that God upholds the falling and heals the sick and frees the captive. Well, I believe with all my heart that we are the hands of God. We are how God acts in the world. And we have to act in the world even when we feel under threat or even when we feel fear. So I love what you said about the Muslim community in America, because 2 weeks from last night, on May 11th, we're hosting the Islamic Center here for Shabbat and dinner and services, and I hope your family comes and make some new friends. It is just before Ramadan, and we are hopeful that they will have a big crowd. Wasim Muhammad has promised us that they're going to bring a significant crowd, and we're going to have a wonderful service and enjoy dinner afterwards, and you can make new friends and put your words into action. See, words matter. That was the whole point of what we had to read about that terrible portion of the blasphemer. Words actually do matter for how we are in the world and how we respond to its issues and problems. And because of your deep emotional connection to the Holocaust, I wanted to share a story with you. It's quite famous. It used to be in classrooms in Nazi Germany, before the war broke out, that Jews were actually made to sit in the last row. Jews were separated from other students, and even if they were smart, they were not allowed to answer. And no matter what they did, they got F's on their papers because they were Jews, therefore they must be wrong in everything they did. Now, there was a kid who insisted on speaking up. His name was Marcus, and Marcus would always give the right answer, and it infuriated the kids in the front of the room who were part of a group called the Hitler Youth. They lived by their fists. They beat people up. And one day, Marcus was out in the playground, and he was surrounded by Hitler Youth. And he knew what was going to happen. And the leader of that gang came up to him and said, "You think you're so smart?" And Marcus, "Well, no, I just know a lot of the answers." "You think you're so smart?" "Well, I do my best." "You think you're so smart?" And he pulled his hands out from behind his back like this. And he said, "I have a bird in my hands. Is it dead or alive?" Well, Marcus knew the trap. Marcus knew if he said that the bird was dead, he would open his hands and be alive. If he said it was alive, the kid was going to crush the bird and be dead. How to solve this problem? He thought and thought and thought, looked his tormentor right in the eyes, and he said, "The answer is in your hands."
Oh, that's pretty good.
As with all of these challenges that you laid out for us in Israel, in America, in the world, the answer is in your hands. And my generation, which is older and has done its best and had a lot of failings as well, we're depending on you and your sister to know that the answer is in your hands. The answer is in your hands, not to complete the work of justice, but to do what you can every single day. If you do that, besides your gorgeous Torah reading and your wonderful spirit, you are bound to be a blessing, even as you're blessed at this moment by Canna Berman, Rabbi Gorbet, and myself. Give me your hand. Not that one. Give that one to her. Okay? Wait. Shh, there. Look at her.
Yevarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha.
May God bless you and keep you.
Yair Adonai panav elecha
May the light of God shine upon you, and may God be gracious to you.
Shalom, 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 shalom.
May God lift up God's presence to you and grant you wholeness and joy, fulfillment, purpose, strength, and most of all, peace. As together we all say,
Amen.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehechianu v'kiyamanu v'higianu lahazman hazeh. It's an honor to ask your parents to come up and speak to you. I have a mic for you up here. Come up this staircase this time. And I know I don't have to say this. I'm going to say this anyway. Listen to your parents, okay? You can hold this or flip it on your dress, whatever you want to do. Okay? Have the people here. Look at your mother. Or he'll hold it.
Zachary, from the moment you arrived on Christmas Day in 2004, you've captivated my heart completely. First with your adorable dimples, chubby cheeks, and big blue eyes, then with your sweetness and kindness, and as you grew with your focus and curiosity. The people in the hospital told me and Dad that day, with your birthday, you were going to be special, and they were completely right. Your bar mitzvah marks the passage from childhood to young adulthood. In addition to the Hebrew and English read today, it is demonstrating to yourself and others that you have learned and are living by the Jewish laws and values that will serve you well throughout your lifetime. When I think of you, three main traits come to mind that will help successfully transition you from childhood to young adulthood. First, from an early age, you possessed such a sweet, sensitive, and empathetic heart. As a baby, you were always so content and happy. You would play endlessly with your cars and your trucks, blocks, and magnetiles. One time, you decided to give one of Hannah's dolls a haircut without anyone knowing. Within minutes of that haircut, you came running to me with tears and sadness that you had done something wrong. From that moment, I knew you were a sensitive soul with a little bit of Jewish guilt. When you were in grade school, you asked for a milkshake. After we got that milkshake, you saw a person looking in the trash for food. You were so upset by this and couldn't understand how this was fair that you wouldn't drink the milkshake. You also exhibited such compassion on our various trips to nursing homes and the food pantry with Sunday school. Your patience and interest in talking with the residents of Weinberg Terrace just warmed my heart. You also struggled to accept how people in our community didn't have enough food. By choosing to support the Squirrel Hill Food Pantry as our Mitzvah project, you chose to make a difference in someone's life. The pride and joy you exhibited on raising money that day of the bake sale will forever be imprinted on my heart. Your sensitivity and empathy will guide you throughout your lifetime. Always remember to follow your heart. Another characteristic that will aid you in adulthood is your curiosity and the ease at which you can communicate to everyone around you. I'm sure most people in the sanctuary today know that Zach is not short on words and that he loves to share his thoughts. From the moment I can remember, you have always been curious and eager to learn. Whether it was informational books or science shows, you have always loved to learn and absorb facts. Along with that learning, you enjoy talking about what you know. And I'm sometimes amazed at the things you teach me. It would be remiss not to mention that Dad and I have received several calls from your teachers over the years explaining that you talk a bit too much in class. You are never off task, but you just like to talk. You can only imagine our dinner table in the Gordon house, who can talk the most and the loudest. Take your passion for learning and your ease of communication with the people around you as you embark towards adult life. Just remember to always listen to what others are saying. Another trait that defines your personality is your intensity and focus. When you are interested in something, that's all you want to do. It began at 2 years old when you and I would go to construction sites, whether it was the new Target in Harmerville or the bridge over the turnpike. You would sit in the car mesmerized by all the trucks digging and moving dirt. By the time that Target was built, you had learned all the various types of construction vehicles. From there, your interest moved to Thomas the Train. You knew all the names of the trains and whether they were steam engines or diesel engines. You walked around the house with your laminated train pamphlet, never letting go. You also learned everything you could about the different types of dinosaurs, including what they ate and the size of their teeth. You wanted as much information as you could find on them. You have since learned and researched all about wild mushrooms, fantasy football statistics, and the best fishing spots in Western Pennsylvania, to name a few. Your quest for knowledge and focus in what you're interested in will guide you throughout your adulthood. I am so thankful for being the privilege of being your mother, for the opportunity to watch you grow and develop into the wonderful young man that you are becoming. My promise to you today is to be there for you always, in joyful times and to wipe away your tears, to support you, teach you, guide you through life's challenges and possibilities. My prayer for you today is a long life filled with peace, health, happiness, and purpose, surrounded by family, friends, and community. I love you, Zachy, more than you know, and I am so proud of you today and always.
Zach, as you well know, I've been accused a few million times of being prone to exaggeration and a little bit of hyperbole. But today, my son, for me to say that I'm proud of you would be an egregious understatement. You did an amazing, amazing job. It may seem like a bizarre setting for me to say this, but I've always cringed at the notion that on a certain set day, a boy becomes a man. My misgivings about this idea stem from my view that attaining manhood is a continuous process, not something that magically happens on a specific day. Much like the reading during Kol Nidre services, which says, birth is a beginning, and death a destination, and life is a journey, from childhood to maturity, and youth to age. My wish for you is that your bar mitzvah marks only the beginning of your lifelong journey as a Jew, not a destination. Let the teachings of the Torah be a map that guides you on this voyage. You came into this world on the same day as another famous Jew, Jesus. And from day one, you absolutely amazed me. Your big blue eyes were so alert and probing as a baby. And I could sense there were so many things going on in that chubby-cheeked Gerber baby head of yours. You proved me right. You learned all your numbers up to 100 while you were practically still in diapers. And you taught yourself to read at age 4. You also inherited from me the blessing, or the curse, as the case may be, of being able to retain and recall lots of trivial facts. I'm not sure where it's going to get you in life, but I do remember that everyone was really impressed that in kindergarten you had memorized the name, the position, the number, and even the hometown of every player on the Pittsburgh Penguins. More importantly, though, is that you've developed into an empathetic, kind person. You are generally sensitive to people's feelings and have compassion for those who are less fortunate. You were so excited at your bar mitzvah project, your bake sale, and not because you wanted to eat a bunch of cookie dough, but because you genuinely wanted to raise money to help feed needy families. You truly have a warm and caring heart. It is one of the many things I admire and respect about you. Never let your heart grow cold or lose your desire to make the world a better place. I deeply treasure all the adventures we've gone on together over the years, from all the amazing charter boat fishing trips in South Florida to family vacations in Yosemite, the Grand Canyon, Montreal, Spain. However, I really equally value all the more low-key days that you and I have spent together over the years, driving to soccer tournaments in places like Columbus and Princeton, New Jersey, and of all the days that you and I have spent fishing together in the lakes of Western Pennsylvania. I'm well aware that Jewish lawyers and their sons are not the most common demographic to be found bass fishing on the beautiful lakes of rural Pennsylvania, but that is one stereotype that I know that you and I take great pleasure in bucking. In all seriousness, though, much of the joy of our fishing trips is in the rituals. The 5:30 a.m. donuts, the Eaton Park lunch afterwards. The best, right? And spending so much time together. I feel like in many ways I've really gotten to know you on those days on the lakes. And the pure, unadulterated joy in your face when you catch a fish is absolutely priceless. I also think those trips have instilled in you a true appreciation of the salubrious effects of being outside and experiencing nature. Even on the most urban trips we've taken to places like Boston and New York City and Brooklyn, you're always happiest when you're outdoors in parks or on hikes. Don't let the dark seduction of video games and iPhones ever strip you of your love of the outdoors and nature. As you were growing up, you emulated me, Zach, in many ways. You liked the music I liked, you cheered for the teams I cheered for, you played the sports that I played as a kid. And while I enjoyed the shared interests we have, I wanted you always to be your own person and to follow your own path to happiness. As odd and random as your newfound love of the NBA and the Oklahoma City Thunder is to me, I'm ultimately glad about it because it's truly your own thing, independent of my biases and interests. The coming-of-age metaphors are endless and often cliche, but the metaphor of life as a journey has always resonated with me. So I will end with this, Zach. In your journey of life, I wish you joy, love, and good health. May you experience discovery, wonder, growth, adventure, true friendship, and family. Throughout your life journey, Zach, never forget where you have been or lose sight of where you want to go. And I know that as long as I live, I will be here to help guide you and support you along the way. I'm proud of you, Zach, and I love you very much.
Where's Harry? Can you come up and present the Holocaust Twinning Certificate, please? We'll give you this microphone here. Face him this time. Right into the mic.
Okay, Zach, you've already explained the situation with Albert Zimkowitz. The Holocaust Survivors Organization of the Holocaust Center of Pittsburgh honors you as you become bar mitzvah. As you know, Albert Simowitz, even though he was 13 years old, he was not able to become a bar mitzvah. Now you're honoring him. And by sharing this simcha with Albert, shows the strength and continuity of the Jewish people. So I would like to present to you the certificate from the Holocaust Center. And good luck. You've done a great job.
Thank you.
I'll come to you.
Oh, okay.
I need a microphone. Good afternoon. My name is Mark Darling. On behalf of the Executive Committee and the clergy, I'd like to welcome everybody to Temple Sinai for this wonderful occasion on your bar mitzvah. You really you did it good, man. Congratulations. I have more gifts for you on behalf of the congregation. The first is a wine goblet, and you probably shouldn't hit that for a few years, okay? The second is a great book with some essays on the gifts of being Jewish. Maybe you'll read it, but I have to admit, as we chatted over there and got to know each other a lot more, I have a reservation. I need a promise from you, okay? Mm-hmm. This stuff better not appear on eBay, because I know that you're really mesmerized by that wireless mic, okay? If you really want one, tell your parents to buy you one. Don't sell this stuff, okay? All right, congratulations, Mazel Tov. I'm going to take these back there, okay?
And finally, I'd like to give you the certificates that really mark this day as uniquely yours. The left-hand side, it commemorates this day. This Zechariah Shmuel was called to the Torah's bar mitzvah. This is about today, but this is about tomorrow. And this says, in becoming bar mitzvah, Zach has accepted the privileges and responsibilities of being a Jew. What are those?
A lifelong Torah study and the keeping of mitzvah, Shabbat, holy day, and life cycle observances. Participation in the life of the synagogue, the Jewish community in Israel. Dedication to Tikkun Olam, the perfection of our world. It's signed by you and your parents and Mark and me and the cantor and Rabbi Gorbin. So always remember this day. We are also giving you a $250 certificate toward going to Israel at the end of your 10th grade year with a reform program. And the community, the Jewish Federation of Greater Pittsburgh, is giving you $1,750. That's $2,000 before you have to sell more cookies, okay? And if by any chance, Rami, I'm talking to both of you, you want to go, and it's short, just tell us. We'll get extra scholarship money. This is a promise for your daughter as well. You can go to Israel at the end of your 10th or 11th grade year, and we will make sure that that's possible. We want you to take these certificates. We want you to take our good wishes, and we want you to sit down either between your parents or next to Hannah, or on her lap if you just want to irritate her. Whatever you want to do. Okay. The rest of all of us, we want to again thank you for being part of something that never was, this incredible bar mitzvah. We'll be seeing more of Zach on the pulpit, as I told you, at High Holidays. Thank you for coming from your communities, whether it's from far away or you actually had to cross a river in Pittsburgh to come here. We're delighted that you're part of our community.
We're going to find our prayer books again, and in the parentheses, it's 586 in the middle of the page. Aleinu starts the concluding set of our prayers for which we ask you to rise as you are able.
Aleinu לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו
I forgot to say hello, Shaws from Florida. Good to see you guys again. So at the bottom of 291, it's 395 in the parentheses, you'll find a reading by Chana Senesh, who was a heroine of the Holocaust and a heroine of Israeli history. And she writes about the enduring nature of memory and what it means. She says there are stars up above so far away, we only see their light long, long after the star itself is gone. And so it is with people that we loved. Their memories keep shining ever brightly, though their time with us is done. But the stars that light up the darkest night, these are the lights that guide us. As we live our days, these are the ways we remember. Especially remember the 10 Israeli teenagers who died when swept away by a flood in a canyon by the Dead Sea. In this past week, we grieve with their family because we are part of their larger Jewish family. If there's anyone in the congregation today who is observing a yahrzeit, the year death of an anniversary of a death, or in the shloshim, the 30-day period of mourning, we'll ask you to rise now. And because we so believe that no mourner should ever need to stand alone, we rise with our mourners for Kaddish being said on page 598. Yitgadal v'yikadash shemei rabbah.
Amen.
V'yomad yivrach chirutei v'yamlich malchutei. V'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayedechol beit Yisrael. V'agalav v'zman kari v'yimru.
Amen.
Yehi shmei rabbah mevarach le'olam olam. Yibarach v'yishtabach v'yipa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. Yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shmei d'kudsha. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tush b'chata v'nechamata. V'amiram v'yomah v'yimru.
Amen.
Yehesh Shlama Rabba min Shemaya, v'chaim aleinu ve'el kol Yisrael v'yimru.
Amen.
Oseh shalom b'imromav, huya aseh shalom, aleinu ve'el kol Yisrael v'yimru. Amen.
Amen.
May the source of peace in the high heavens cause peace to descend on all of us, all Israel, upon a shattered world desperately in need of justice and healing, upon all of us who mourn our beloved dead, as together we say.
Amen.
If you would remain standing, please turn in your book to page 626. On that page, you'll find Ein Keloheinu. If you're visiting from another congregation, it's the one you know. So that we hope that you'll all join in with that. And we're going to ask Zach and his sister and all of his friends and cousins to come on up onto the pulpit. Everybody come on up. Zach's going to get to do Kiddush from his Kiddush cup for the very first time. All the school friends, come on up now. You came up for the candy. Come up for the blessing. Come on, kids.
Come on, go.
And you can start.
Ein Keloheinu, Ein Kadonenu, Ein Kemokeinu, Ein Kemoshienu, Mi Keloheinu, Mi Kadonenu, Mi Kemokeinu, Mi Kemoshienu, Nodel Eloheinu, Nodel Adonenu, Nodel Emokeinu, Nodel Moshienu, Baruch Eloheinu, Baruch Adonenu, Baruch Malkeinu, Baruch Moshienu, Atahu Eloheinu, Atahu Adonenu, Atahu Malkeinu, Atahu Moshienu. Baruchim atem b'voachem, baruchim atem b'tzeitchem, me'ata barulam. May you be blessed every place you come into God's world. May you be blessed every place you go out into God's world, as together we say, Amen.
Al Kain Berach Adonai Shabbat Vaykadshehu. Therefore, God blessed the seventh day and declared it holy. Let's have a one-line kiddush here, nice and loud. Baruch, Baruch, Atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam. Amen. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, ruler of all, who creates the fruit of the vine. Come here, let's have a tug of war, you and me. Baruch Atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech hamotzi lechem min ha. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, ruler of all, who brings forth bread from the earth. As together we say, Amen. Shabbat Shalom. Here, want some? Here, want some? Want some? Want some? Want some, Noah? Here you go. Want some? Here you go. Here you go. Want some?